The Washington Blade sat down with Frank Kameny at his 85th birthday party. Long considered the father of LGBTQ civil rights movement, this is what Frank had to share with us. As you look at it today on your 85th birthday, how do you feel about what some of the activists are doing today? As an example, Lieutenant Daniel Choi handcuffing himself to the White House against Don't Ask, Don't Tell. How do you feel about some of those activities?
Well, Don't Ask, Don't Tell, of course, is a policy that I strongly oppose. It's now law since 1993. It's been policy for a long time ago. I personally ran into it when I enlisted in the Army in 1943, in the height of World War II. They asked, I didn't tell, but I've resented for 67 years that I had to lie in order to serve in a war effort that I strongly supported. Now, at this point, the president has indicated very clearly that he supports the repeal of what is the military gay ban, colloquially, Don't Ask, Don't Tell. But it's now statutory law, so the repealer has to come from Congress. He can't act on his own. So while I've met Dan Choi, I respect him highly. I think very well of him. I think that he's been chaining himself to fences at the wrong end of the Pennsylvania Avenue. There are fences around the Capitol building, and that is where he should have been chaining himself, since the president has clearly indicated that he is already convinced, as his predecessor would not have. I mean 6 or 8 years ago, Bush would not have done so. Obama has indicated clearly that he will, and so fine, but he can't sign a law that Congress hasn't sent him. So that's where the action should be.
I understand that you got an interesting letter from one side of the Pennsylvania Avenue this week. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
This is something I never would have, the kind of thing I never would have imagined decades ago, but I've ended up being pretty much sort of on first name terms with President Obama. He greets me as Frank whenever he recognizes me and sees me. And this morning in the mail on White House stationery, I received a very nice letter signed by the President and Michelle Obama, congratulating me on my 85th birthday, and with best wishes for the future, such future as I still have.
You just give us a quick comment on how you feel that Obama is doing so far in his first year and a half in the White House.
I think, in general, I think he's doing very well. There are a lot of people in the gay community are expressing impatience because things aren't moving fast enough. And I always point out, things take time. It took me 18 years after I was fired to turn the Civil Service Commission around so they stopped firing gays, and another 20 years for Clinton's executive order, and 52 years, as I mentioned, altogether on that issue. It took us 10 years to turn the psychiatrists around. It took me, as a personal project, just over 30 years to get the D.C. sodomy law repealed. Obama has been in office for about 15 or 16 months. I think it's a bit petulant for people to champ at the bit and figuratively stamp their feet because we haven't gotten everything that we asked for in 15 months. On all of our issues, as far as I can see, he's in very much the right place. In a number of things, he can't move because it has to. He can't write the bills. Congress has to write them. He said he'll sign them, as Bush would not have, and then simply keep pushing and get the thing done.
Reporting from the district, this is Steve Fox with the Washington Blade.